Okay, I got a better shot. Is actually the final amplifier markings is SX58D48A2 or Shera X-ray 5 8 Delta 4 8 Alpha 2. So I'm not quite sure. I have to look up in the internet what's the real part number of this final amplifier. So I think that's it, and it's nothing much. Maybe later let's talk about how the signal goes, processes towards the board from the antenna and go back again. So okay, let's discuss how the signal goes from air and towards our circuit board and go back for the transmit. So as mentioned, this is where the SMA for the antenna goes to a tuning impedance matching circuit, and these are the pin diodes for the switching, and it goes to the VHF low pass filter or band pass filter. Ideally it should be a band pass filter, but if you're cheapo, you can have just use a low pass filter just to filter the harmonics. And this is also the UHF path. No, it is just some impedance match and then switch between VHF and UHF, and this is the UHF path. Another switch, choke, the that goes for the receiver. No, so this goes to the power amplifier. So this here, some point here, this one, there's a switch there that goes to the receiver side of this chip. And then if in the here as well, this goes as well as goes to the receiver, but there's a switch there that switch the between transmit and receive part. So when you transmit, this actually come from here from the power amplifier, go to the some filters and goes to there for VHF, then to the impedance match and towards the antenna here, and hopefully transmit towards the antenna. And for the UHF side, the same. When the transmit a preamp, I think this is the preamp, and then goes the power amp, and then for UHF it goes this path and then goes to the antenna. For UHF is preamp, goes to here and there. So this is the transceiver chip. So in transmit side, there's some discrete parts there, mostly now in the receiving side, but for transmit side is just go directly to the preamp here, this one, and goes there, and filters towards the when you receive, you actually somewhere here this switches, this pin diodes there and some chokes actually switches to the receiver side of the transceiver. So it goes underneath this PCB, goes to this transceiver side. So this is actually the chip that's demodulating and demodulating the audio that coming from the vocoder. This is under this board in this part here. So the vocoder, I flip this one, receives a audio information and the other stuff, and then transform it into a DMR format, and then sends the data. This vocoder sends the data to the transceiver, and the transceiver will transmit it in the RF. So from the speaker, from the microphone is somewhere here, this one, sent it here towards this, and goes here, and then processed by the microcontroller, and then transfer it to the vocoder to change it to a DMR format. And this data, digital, goes to this one, and the digital data ends here as a digital format, and they transform it, modulate it to the analog, and goes back the same way. So from the antenna, goes to the the filters, then taking the shortcut, not for the power amplifier, there goes another shortcut here, goes to the demodulator, FM demodulator inside this chip, and then that data, the intermediate frequencies, the audio frequencies, the tones actually for this, in case of the DMR, will be sent to the vocoder, and the vocoder will send it to the microcontroller format, and then send it here towards the speaker, which is this one. Connected, this one is actually, I'm not sure where was the connection. Here. So basically that's the basic gist of how it works, and I hope this is kind of interesting for you. Any questions, just ask. This is Delta Victor 7 Hotel Alpha Alpha, standing by.